How's it going, guys? What you'll see today is another video on my quick tip series. And my quick tip series, of course, for the most part, is a lot of the time it's useful information, but a lot of the time it's obvious. That being said, I do use these quick tips videos to help people out that have just bought Battlefield, they're trying to learn the game, or it's a good refresher to people that, as much as they might utilize and understand the information presented to them at all times, it's still a good refresher because a lot of the time, like this one here today, I'll give you a perfect example, will basically be about designations. A lot of the time in Battlefield 3, Karg Island specifically comes to mind. A lot of the time people would use the SOFLAM, say in the Karg Island mountains, and a lot of the time you could designate choppers, Amtraks, LAVs, and you could wreak havoc on attackers before they reach the mountains. Some would argue it was overpowered and spam, some would argue it wouldn't be. It doesn't matter, the argument's irrelevant there. The fact is that using them usually led you to win games, and that's key. And despite having SOFLAM's back, and despite having the PLD as I'm using here to designate, I don't see it happen a lot in Battlefield 4, which is a travesty, and I'll tell you why. Basically, the first things first, using these designations, and using, as you've seen, because I'm the squad leader here, if you designate basically an MCOM to defend or attack, you're going to be getting lots of points. So the first illustration is, there's key points to it. The first one, well, being that you can get a lot of points. Just simply designating an MCOM to a point you want to defend. Anytime one of your teammates kills a person around that area, you get lots of points. That's huge for being a squad leader. On top of that, accepting commander points, even more points. That's even more beneficial to you. So that's first things first, is the benefits of points. The second thing is when you're designating, you'll see it there. I get I think what 25 points just to lock on any. I got 25 points to spot anything that I see, and a lot of the time you'll get even more points because as you'll see, there will be a few incidents where I take out boats because someone javelins what I was able to designate. That's even more points added to your collection. And most of all, you're taking out a vehicle that's not only a source of attack to take out your teammates, but in addition to that, it's another form of transport to get people to the base. So you, in effect, just by designating, are slaughtering a huge resource for the other team, and it's a selfless act. Because look, I'm not getting a lot of kills. I am racking up a lot of points just by designating. Like, look at that. Look at the points I got for that. The key point and the key quick tip I basically am going to be illustrating to you today is that sometimes you have to play that selfless role. Sometimes you have to play the role that isn't going to be getting a lot of kills, isn't going to be in the thick of the action as much as you might like to, but playing this role not only will get you lots of points, but it'll also be gigantic in shutting down the other team. The selfless role is designations. You know, like, basically you don't need to be a slayer to get a lot of points, is basically my quick tip for this video. I almost get MVP, or at least high up in terms of the charts, and I barely get any kills. Using the recon class is so much powerful just by designating to destroy targets, designating to help your teammates destroy targets, and it's an extremely selfless act that benefits the team in no other ways. And basically, like I said, because I don't see it happen very often, I figured today would be a pretty decent time to make a video to show you guys that it can still be extremely powerful in Battlefield 4. And not just for points, it's in addition to just taking everything out that moves. It's definitely, and I do this quite often, a lot of the time, because it's not just in all my matches. I don't do this all the time. It will depend on the situation. Like in Paracel Storm Rush here, a lot of the time most people are on vehicles, so a lot of the time you don't have a chance to get a lot of sniping kills, and a lot of the time you're fighting with, if you're with a good team, you're fighting for engineer kills with the javelins and all that. But it's still, again, I'm going to reiterate it one last time before I close the video. Playing this selfless role of designations will get you a lot of points if you're doing it effectively and well, but that being said, you won't be the slayer. You won't get a ton of points by getting kills. You'll basically be playing the role of sitting back and while helping your team out in a non-slayer role. But I'll tell you, as a quick tip, sort of quick illustration point today, it's not something I think that should be overlooked. You can still completely shut down another team, especially in rush defense, by using this strategy. And it's something that I wish I'd seen more in Battlefield. Otherwise, like, it's sort of a dying lost art of teamwork in terms of the recon class. I do wish I saw it more, and this video hopefully will encourage you to do it more as long as your teammates are running engineer and playing it effectively. So get out there, use your designations. Come on, get out there, use them. That's it for today. See you later, guys.